Hi guys, I'm back, but as you see in jacuzzi store, since I don't have a fight, now I'm selling jacuzzis. I'm a jacuzzi salesman. I have a special offer for Pereira. I want you to recover, so I will send you this jacuzzi for free. This way, we will have our trilogy fight soon as possible. I know you like to be relaxed, but I like to be busy. So I want my belt back because this job sucks. So take this jacuzzi, invite your boys, invite your ladies, and if you're Peterian and live in Thailand, invite your lady boys. Let's go.
Muhammad Usman's UFC journey ended abruptly, despite posting a respectable 4-2 record during his tenure with the promotion. The heavyweight made an impressive debut by winning the Ultimate Fighter 30 in August 2022, defeating Zach Paga and immediately establishing himself as a rising contender in the division. His subsequent victories over Jake Collier and Junior Tafa further solidified his reputation as a potential future title challenger, showcasing the skills that made him a heavyweight to watch. However, his promising start hit a roadblock when he encountered his first career adversity, dropping consecutive fights to former LFA champion Thomas Peterson and Mick Parkin after an initial 3-0 run. The setback proved temporary as Usman rebounded with authority, securing a convincing victory over Hamdi Abdurrahab last June that seemed to put his career back on track. Unfortunately, his resurgence was derailed when he received a devastating 30-month suspension for testing positive for a banned substance, effectively sidelining him during what should have been his prime years. A scheduled bout with Walter Walker, brother of light heavyweight Johnny Walker, was subsequently cancelled in October due to an injury Usman sustained. With the lengthy suspension keeping him out of action for over 2 years, the UFC made the business decision not to wait for his return, reportedly releasing him as part of their latest roster cuts, according to MMA Fighting. The promotion also parted ways with Jailton Almeida, following a series of lackluster performances that failed to meet expectations. In lighter news, Merab Dvalishvili has expanded his entrepreneurial ventures by becoming a jacuzzi salesman, even offering to send Petriyan one of his units to aid in his recovery from back surgery before their anticipated rematch.
Fighting Hamzat again is, of course, what I'm after. Expecting any surprises? No. There's not going to be any surprises. I mean, that is the way he's going to fight, and if he tries anything different, it will be a terrible night. And we all know that, but he did what he had to win that bout. We can't hate on him for that. No, he did what he needed to do. It's the rules of the game, and he did it. So saying that, it's not fair, it is fair. He did what he had to do. Not how I would win my belt or would like to, but that's what he did. And now it's my responsibility to go and fix that, to stop him from doing that again, and get him to fight my fight.
Tricris du Plessis remains determined to reclaim what he believes is rightfully his after losing his middleweight championship to Khamzat Chimaev in August 2025 following an exhausting 5-round war. 6 months have passed since that crushing defeat, but the South African's hunger for redemption burns stronger than ever as he actively campaigns for an immediate rematch opportunity. Du Plessis has expressed confidence in his ability to neutralize Chimaev's wrestling attack, believing he's identified the keys to stopping the takedowns that proved crucial in their first encounter.
So, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird what the UFC did with Chimaev. You brought a guy in that fights once a year who's like Madonna, who probably gets how much money does that dictator give him on the table? Like, the guy doesn't need to fight, dude. He's best friends with a warlord. He's just going to sit on that belt and wait until they force him to fight. But yeah, no, the middleweight division, man, like from a pure money perspective, you would make more money not fighting for the belt than you would fighting for the belt. Say Chimaev goes and fights Nasruddin in 6 months. Well, let's say Chimaev springs his pinky like he normally does. Now he takes another year off. So it's like you're off for 2 years. The belt isn't even it's not even in my brain anymore. I don't even think about it. Like, I'll make significantly more money just fighting. You say, hey, you want to wait a year and a half and not fight, or just keep fighting and fighting good guys and maybe taking an L? I'll just go fight good guys, maybe take an L, and I'll triple my pay. I'd just say Fluffy beats me, and Fluffy want you for a title fight. Well, I mean, he's going to fight Nasruddin in probably 6 months? Fights Nasruddin, say they have a hard fight, or even if they have an easy fight, he springs his pinky toe, he's out for another 8 months. So Fluffy, you're not fighting for a year and a half if you want to wait for that. And I'm sure you would, but it's me personally, I don't give a give me my paycheck. I want to go fight. Every fight, dude, the guy's like, I broke my hand. I have an x-ray. Want to see it? My shoulder's broken. It's every time this fights, he has a mysterious injury. It's just, why wait?
Sean Strickland has unleashed a scathing critique of the UFC's decision to grant Khamzat Chimaev a title shot, arguing that the promotion made a catastrophic error in judgment. 6 months have elapsed since Chimaev captured the undisputed middleweight crown, yet no concrete timeline exists for his inaugural title defense, a situation that has Strickland seeing red. In a heated interview with ESPN MMA preceding his upcoming clash with Anthony Hernandez, Strickland launched a verbal assault on the champion, accusing him of single-handedly destroying the middleweight division through his prolonged absence. The former title challenger didn't hold back, suggesting that Chimaev may be fabricating or exaggerating injuries as convenient excuses to avoid defending his belt while keeping the entire division in limbo.
That'd be a big fight. You know, I think that I think I'm probably the only one that could beat Chimaev. I honestly think Fluffy's a better wrestler than Chimaev. I think pace-wise, style-wise, I think over 5 rounds, Fluffy's probably a better, but then stand-up, I think Chimaev might take him to stand-up decision.
Strickland's criticism didn't end there, as he boldly proclaimed himself as the only fighter in the middleweight ranks capable of defeating Chimaev in a potential showdown. The outspoken contender went further by making the surprising claim that his upcoming opponent Anthony Hernandez possesses superior wrestling skills compared to the current champion, adding another layer of intrigue to his upcoming bout.
Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway, who you got in that one? They're fighting March 7th.
I like Max.
You like Max?
Yeah, I'll stop.
Fans want to see you on the White House card. Are you going to be on the White House card?
That was weird what I said, but yeah, the White House would be perfect.
You're the man, bro. Thank you.
Paulo Costa has revealed a fascinating motivation behind his decision to compete at light heavyweight, driven by ambitious plans that extend far beyond a simple weight class change. The Brazilian powerhouse is set to face the undefeated Azamat Murzakanov at UFC 327 in Miami on April 11th, marking a significant test as he ventures into deeper waters at 205 pounds following his previous weight class visit due to a missed cut. This move isn't intended as a permanent relocation, but rather serves as part of a grand strategy orchestrated by his coach Andre Pederneiras to achieve 2-division championship glory. Speaking with MMA Fighting, Costa's coach outlined the ambitious plan, explaining that Paulo is completely focused on becoming world champion within a year and has made tremendous sacrifices, including living away from home to dedicate himself entirely to this goal. According to Pederneiras, the UFC has embraced this challenge, offering Costa a unique opportunity where victory over Murzakanov would secure him a top 5 ranking in both divisions, allowing him to pursue title shots in either weight class. The coach emphasized that Costa isn't simply seeking victory, but aims to etch his name in history books by becoming a simultaneous 2-division champion, driven by an insatiable desire to achieve legendary status in the sport. In an unexpected turn of events, Nate Diaz may have issued his first public apology after making controversial comments about the upcoming BMF title fight between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira, initially stating he would slap Holloway during a brief interview with Clocked and Loaded. Diaz quickly moved to correct the record on social media, clarifying that his aggressive comments were directed at Charles Oliveira rather than Max Holloway, while simultaneously offering a rare apology for his inappropriate remarks. The Stockton native demonstrated uncharacteristic humility in his statement, acknowledging his words were disrespectful and admitting he was in the wrong headspace when he made them. His social media apology read with genuine remorse, explaining that while such actions might be acceptable within the context of a cage fight, his comments were simply rude and uncalled for in a public setting, concluding with respect for both fighters involved in the BMF title bout.
I'm from New York. I mean, you talk, you back it up. You. What are you going to do? Yeah, Friday night. What are you going to punch me? We're fighters. Friday night. What are you going to do? I'm not going to love it too. I'm not going to react to your little talk, just like I haven't watched.
UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria is expected to make quick work of Justin Gaethje, according to his supremely confident coach, who believes the Georgian knockout artist will end the fight in spectacular fashion during their first meaningful exchange. Javi Clemente, Topuria's longtime coach, has analyzed Gaethje's fighting style extensively and identified several exploitable weaknesses that he's convinced will lead to his fighter's hand being raised early in the contest. Speaking to Alvaro Colmenero, Clemente made a bold prediction, stating that while he won't specify an exact time frame within the opening round, he's absolutely certain that Gachi won't survive past the first significant exchange between the two fighters. The coach drew parallels to Topuria's devastating knockout of Charles Oliveira, suggesting that Gachi will suffer a similar fate if he attempts to pressure forward against his fighter's superior striking power and precision. Clemente's confidence stems from his detailed breakdown of Gachi's technical flaws, which he believes will prove costly when exposed against Topuria's elite-level striking and fight IQ on the sport's biggest stage. Meanwhile, fight fans witnessed one of the most bizarre promotional face-offs in recent memory, when UFC heavyweight Volkan Ozdemir engaged in a clearly staged altercation with Zion Clark, the accomplished wrestler born without legs, ahead of their grappling exhibition at Karate Combat on Friday. With the manufactured drama, obviously designed to generate social media buzz and attract viewers to the unique crossover event.
The UFC asked Tom Aspinall to vacate the title until he was ready to go. And he said he'd be willing to vacate the title as long as they released him. Now, that opens the door so he can go ahead and box. This is a really weird situation. The heavyweight division is just a total show right now. And it's been a shit show since the Jon Jones coming in, not wanting to fight, the interim champion, which was Tom Aspinall at the time, and then fighting Stipe. No disrespect to Stipe, but it was just, Jon had something in mind, and the UFC didn't squash that. They allowed that fight to happen, and it just led into this thing where the heavyweight division's been on hold since the Jon Jones debacle, I guess you would call it. Bottom line is, Jailton Almeida is gone. Okay, they just released him. Tom Aspinall, if he is gone, Jon Jones doesn't seem like he's coming back, especially not to the heavyweight division. We have a mess. We have a disaster on our hands. The heavyweight division and the 205-pound division, the light heavyweight division, both weight classes are the worst that they've ever been. And these used to be the pillars. This used to be what would carry the promotion. When the merger of Strikeforce and the UFC happened, the heavyweight division was the strongest it had ever been. And the light heavyweight division, honestly, UFC was built off of the light heavyweight division. This is wild to me, man. The 135, 145, 155, and 170 right now are carrying the sport of MMA and definitely carrying the UFC.
Uriah Hall also participated in the theatrical promotion, engaging in a heated exchange with his scheduled opponent Jaden Anthony as part of the event's marketing strategy. Tom Aspinall's relationship with the UFC has reached a critical juncture as ongoing health issues and contract disputes threaten to derail his heavyweight title reign entirely. The British champion recently underwent another surgical procedure on both eyes, further extending his time away from competition and fueling speculation about potential title stripping due to inactivity. Former UFC veteran Josh Thompson has revealed explosive details about behind-the-scenes negotiations, claiming the promotion has directly requested that Aspinall relinquish his interim heavyweight title, while Aspinall has countered by demanding his complete release from the organization. MMA insider Reuben Carter has reported even more dramatic developments, alleging that Jon Jones and Alex Pereira are being lined up to compete for the undisputed heavyweight championship at a special UFC White House event. Carter followed up these claims by asserting that Aspinall has not only agreed to vacate his title, but has also negotiated his exit from the UFC roster through mutual agreement, with the champion willing to surrender his belt only in exchange for contractual freedom to pursue boxing opportunities. According to Carter's report, Pereira is prepared to abandon his light heavyweight throne, paving the way for Jiri Prochazka and Carlos Ulberg to battle for that vacant title at UFC 327 in Miami, Florida. The Brazilian superstar appears to have confirmed these rumors through a cryptic Instagram post featuring the caption 1, 2, 3, and go, seemingly hinting at his ambitious pursuit of championship gold across 3 different weight divisions. Having already captured UFC titles at both middleweight and light heavyweight, Pereira now sets his sights on heavyweight glory in what would be an unprecedented achievement in modern mixed martial arts history. The internet's creativity shines through in this week's top meme selections, with the bronze medal going to a hilarious creation posted by Actual Tradition that perfectly captures the current MMA zeitgeist. Super Sharp Art claims the runner-up position with their cleverly crafted meme that resonated strongly with the MMA community and generated significant engagement across social media platforms. Intelligent Tier takes the top spot with their brilliantly executed meme that perfectly encapsulated the week's biggest MMA moments, earning widespread praise and shares from fans who appreciated both the humor, and timing of their creative contribution.